Yo, it's Too Tall to Prodigee. I don't know where we outside of, but somewhere valid. We about to interview Project X of 808 Mafia, and yeah, let's get active, you hear me? Yo, what's happening? It's Smoking with Too Tall, sitting next to me. Introduce yourself, drop your socials, all that.
What's going on, man? It's Project X. Pretty much my socials is like one Project X all over. Yeah.
All right, so where you from originally, bro?
I'm from New Hampshire, Manchester, New Hampshire. A lot of people don't know that. They think some people think I'm from Atlanta, LA, Boston. I'm from a small place called Manchester, New Hampshire, and that's where we at right now. I got too much love for this place, really. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. It's just one of them places that's just like out the way and just very reserved. It's hard to get up out of here, you know? So
then, because you be in LA a lot now, I noticed, at least from like online shit. So what was that transition like for you?
Well, to be honest, before I moved to LA, it was I already moved. I was already kind of dabbling out there already. Like I would just take trips out there, go work with some producers or artists or whatever the case may be. So I was just kind of already used to it. And honestly, when I first moved out there, I had like a group of people who are like some of my peoples that I consider family. They was able to take me in and just let me kind of chill at their place for a little bit until I got on my feet and was able to find my own place. So I'm always going to be super grateful for that. But for the most part, it was cool. It was great. You know what I'm saying? Like LA has its good parts. It has its bad parts. You know what I'm saying? If you just on your P's and Q's, you're going to be all right, though. It wasn't really no crazy. Like I'd be all over the place because I was living in Miami like for 3 years before I went to LA. So I've always just kind of been just on the move, on the go, just whatever it really took, you know?
Do you have a preference over Miami or LA?
LA's a spot for sure. Because I feel like it worked for me the best because I feel like when I was staying in Miami, like people just wanted to party and just like people weren't really too serious about working and shit like that. So I realized artists would come to Miami to party and then go straight to LA to finish their projects. So I'm just like, you know what? Let me just go stick out in LA for a little bit and just see how that worked for me. And it was great, honestly. I put a lot of work in LA.
Right, because at that point, you might as well just cut out the middleman.
Exactly. It's just like waiting around. You know, when you're an up-and-coming producer and it's like you really don't got that much money in your pocket and you just out of Miami spending it on like whatever. It's just money blows, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm just like, you know what? Let me just go to LA where it's like really worth it, where I feel like I'm actually getting work in because people just want to party in Miami. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so what kind of advice, that was one of the questions I want to ask, what kind of advice would you give to like an upcoming producer then? Because, and like, how did you stay motivated even when you necessarily didn't see results or some shit like that?
Man, the number one advice that I try to give every producer that asks me that is just travel. Like, I got a lot of people in my Discord that ask me every day, like, yo, bro, like, what should I do? Like, bro, you just got to travel, meet people. Like, that goes for anything. Like, anything you're trying to accomplish, just meet people and just have this broad network of, because you never know what somebody has going on. Like, I was just talking to my pops earlier when I picked him up from the airport. I'm like, and he was talking about he brought up college, and he's like, it's kind of like college. When you go to college, like, you might not come out doing what you was majoring in, but now you know all these amazing people, and one of those people might be successful in their business, and then you got this person, and now you have all these different opportunities just off meeting people and being cool with people. Right. So that comes with traveling, bro. If you just at the house making beats all day long at the house, not really meeting people, like, it's not gonna do much for you. You know what I'm saying? So I just always just encourage people to travel, meet new people, book studio sessions, tap in with the engineers, just introduce yourself to everybody, because you never know what somebody has in store. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I'm not saying that in an opportunist way where it's like, oh, only fuck with people for what they got going on. Nah, but it's like you might just be super cool with the receptionist at the studio, and then next thing you know, they're A&R at this label, and now because you were so cool with them before when they was coming up, now they want to get you involved in some of their projects, and that's just how life works for anything.
Right, it's all about like staying humble and shit. So that way, you know,
just being good to people. You know what I'm saying? That's what's most important. Like,
it's about understanding too. Like, it's not necessarily an opportunist thing. It's like your network is your net worth. So it's like You gotta value that, like it's.
And you also gotta provide value too. Like
sure.
nobody, like we can make beats, whatever, cool, but it's like nobody just want to have you around if you just kind of just filling up space. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta really be there and just be a team player and just be ready to work whenever the time comes, regardless of what it might be. You know, it's been times where I've been in sessions where I wasn't able to play a beat because it was so many producers, but I was the only one that knew how to engineer, and maybe the engineer there was doing a shitty job. I'm just like, yo, I got you. Fuck it. Like, get up out the chair. It's been multiple times where I kicked engineers out the chair to just for the sake of the music, I swear to God. And it's like, I just fuck with that. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going to keep me in the studio longer. Right. That's what's going to make them invite me to the next session. You know what I'm saying?
And speaking of providing value,
my fault. I think Slade want to get in, look at him kind of.
Oh, shit, yo.
Yo, y'all could come in, but y'all got to sit here, though. Y'all got to sit and not be going. Oh, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Are you good?
All right, shit, yo. So, speaking of providing value, tell me a little bit more about your Discord.
Oh, my Discord, man. Yeah. I think I've been growing that Discord for about like 4 years now. I'm in there all the time. I try to encourage people that follow me, like, hey, join it. Like, I got a lot of producers that hit me up trying to send me loops and stuff like that. And I'm just like, hey, if you really fuck with me and you really want to work with me, just join the Discord. I'm in there all the time. You can send me loops, beats, whatever. I'm in there just in the voice chat all day long, just talking to other producers, like answering questions, whatever it is. Like, I just feel like, for me, I look at it as a way for me to connect with all my fans and just all my followers and answer whatever questions need to be asked and give whatever advice that needs to be given. It's great though. If you watching this, join my Discord. Yeah, it's amazing. We got over like 4,100 people in it, over 4,000 people in it. It's cool. I definitely want to get more shit going as far as like contests, beat battles, prizes, stuff like that, cool little events and shit like that. But it's great for the most part. I know it's not a lot of producer Discords that are active, you know what I'm saying? Like the way mine is. So it's cool though. It feel like a little family though, like a little community. And it kind of just filters everybody from Instagram that follows me with the people that really do fuck with me and really do want to get to know me a little bit better. And you know what I'm saying? I just try my best to just always stay active and just show up for them people in there, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So we was talking off camera a second ago. We joked about like AI. Have you ever seen like some crazy AI shit in the studio? Do you use AI at all? Like, do you integrate that into your process?
Nah, bro. I have yet to see like real AI. Because I remember when the word AI was being tossed around like earlier this year, last year, like everyone was just kind of like, fuck, like what does that mean for producers? What are they going to take over production? Like, are we gonna get our jobs taken? Whatever it is, I gotta be honest with you. I don't think I've seen any type of AI work as far as like being in the studio or like it being incorporated into music. The only time I've ever seen AI was like those AI mixing websites where like an artist will record a song and then put it into like the little mixer thing and it'll just like mix it for you. But I don't even trust those shits though, because I feel like when you mix a song, it's more of like you need to mix everything individually, the vocals, every instrument, stuff like you can't just put an MP3 file and then just mix it off one file. You know what I'm saying? So I never really trusted those, but I'm excited to see how AI is gonna work. I've always told my producer, I'm like, yo, it'd be really dope. And somebody's probably gonna take this idea, but it'd be really dope if we had an AI bot that sends out emails for you as far as like picking the right, like, oh, I want to send beats to Future. Now it's going through your Future catalog and sending out all the right beats for Future and sending it directly to him. And I said, I want to send beats for Drake. Boom, already done. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that'd be a cool little thing to integrate with AI, but...
So generally, like overall, like how do you feel about the direction of the music industry?
A lot of these labels are signing, I don't want to say one-hit wonders, but they're signing people for their moment. You know what I'm saying? You might have a viral moment on TikTok and you might have made a stupid song, like a little joke around song. And because it went so viral, you'll actually make some money from a label off that. And they'll put up a money for you. They'll put up a bag for you But then it's up to you to follow up. And most of the time, you're not going to follow up with a better song. And it's like you were just there for the moment. And then they just kind of just shelf you or drop you because they don't want to lose money. You know what I'm saying? They'll milk you for that song. And that's just what it is. And it's just like you got too many of these A&Rs just literally just sign. I like to call them TikTok artists. You know what I'm saying? Like just signing TikTok artists. They don't get. I was just talking to my pops earlier. I'm like, man, like back in the days, it was one of the hardest things ever to do was get signed or have any type of recognition from music. Like back in the days before Instagram was a thing. Like think about what it actually took to get signed. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, you have a viral moment, you getting signed like this, and then they just throw you out into the trash 6 months later. You know what I'm saying? And it's fucked up. And I feel like it's in the music industry, we're really seeing the backlash to that now. With everything I was saying about the rap music and how rap is on a decline, numbers wise, just from what I've been seeing. And I think it has a lot to do with these labels and how they've just been signing these TikTok artists and just trying to go for these viral moments. I mean, these labels don't even know how to develop their artists no more. Or just make a hit.
Yeah.
And that's why you need people like me to just kind of build like a collective or a powerhouse where we have amazing songwriters and amazing producers and actually just sitting here pumping out the hits, because these labels can't do it on their own no more, bro. They just want to sign whatever's viral at the time, whatever has the most attention. I mean, they'll make.
I agree, because it's like they're signing people and they don't even like know how to perform and shit. Like
bro,
the people aren't even selling. They're not even selling tickets because no one wants to go to see the shows because nobody's performing like actual artists.
Exactly.
Like how many people can actually like dance?
Exactly. How many people can keep a show going and interact with the crowd and just make you feel like it's worth paying $40, $50, $70 for a ticket to go to the show.
Tell me, what is your Zero Music? Is it Zero? Zero Music Company? Zero. So is that like a music company? Is it a record label? Like, what does it stand for? What is
really, it really just started off as an idea that I'm still kind of currently working on. I got a bunch of local producers out here that I've been working closely with, and I'm trying to get them involved and get their catalog going. So really my idea of it is kind of to just building a record label, but I really want to start with the producers, because the producers are really the ones curating the sound. You know what I'm saying? Like,
kind of like DJs.
Yeah, and it's just like, there's no music without producers. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, everybody just care about the beat. You know what I'm saying? You can have 10 different artists on a beat. People just gonna fuck with it just because it's the beat. You know what I'm saying? So it's it's kind of just my little, I mean, you could call it collective, you could call it group, production group, whatever it is, label. But the reason why I put music company at the end, because I just wanted it just sound more solid to me. It's, you got a lot of these producers, they make little collectives and like, they're just bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like using the word collective, but yeah, I plan on just turning up my producers, signing producers, turning them up, building a catalog, getting them their deals, publishing deals, and start working with more local artists and being able to build them up and shit. One of my biggest things that I've always wanted to do is just build the artists up from the ground to the top. You know what I'm saying? Because that's one of the hardest things you could do, especially in this industry. Like, I've always wanted to be my own artist, but I know what it takes, and it's not easy. You know what I'm saying? It's really not easy. Being an artist is one of the hardest things that you could do. That's why I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me start with the producers, because it's just, I'm already kind of in there and I'm able to just make plays happen and just, you know what I'm saying? But that's pretty much what Zero Company is, Zero Music Company.
You are signed to 808 Mafia. How did that all happen? How'd you get tapped in with Southside and all them?
Yeah, so I tell this story all the time. I remember one time I had paid somebody for like an email list so I could start sending beats out to people. Yeah. And I think I paid him like $100. But my beats were ass. I used to try to send beats out to people. My beats were ass. So one day, I think I turned 18 or something like that. And I'm like, yo, you know what? I need to do something. I keep making these beats. Nobody's rapping on them. What do I do? So I end up finding this email list that I paid $100 for years ago. And Southside just happened to still be on it. I'm like, yo, everybody looks up to Southside. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's one of the, if you produce, like, he's one of the OGs, right? Yeah. So I'm like, damn, let me get, I knew he was rapping. He'd be doing his rap. That's how I got my way into the whole industry. I was sending my beats out to super producers who were rapping. like Sunny Digital,
Yeah.
Southside. And they was fucking with me. So if you got some of the biggest producers in the world fucking with your beats, what does that make you?
Right.
So I kind of went at it with that mindset. So I found that email list and I started sending Southside packs and stuff. And then he would go on Instagram Live and it got at one point where every single beat he was rapping on was mine. So I'm like, okay, cool. I DM him. I'm like, yo, let me get your number. He gave me his number. Always kept in touch with him. I wasn't trying to bother him or nothing and shit. Like, I would call him like once every month just to kind of check in, let him know that I'm still alive and shit.
Right.
Then eventually I ended up going to Miami. And I texted him, I'm like, yo, I'm in Miami. What's up? Like, he's like, oh, pull up to the crib. He sent me his address. I'm like, oh, shit. I pull up in the Uber. It's hot as fuck. I'm there sweating and shit. I'm always sweating in Miami.
Miami Heat, yeah.
Bro, I can't stand it. And so I pull up and I see the Rolls Royce outside. I see the McLaren, Bentley outside. I'm like, this gotta be Southside. Right? And then boom, his engineer at the time, Fabe, shout out Fabe, he ended up coming out, grabbing me, going inside the Southside. I see him for the first time in real life ever. I'm like, oh shit, like I'm here right now. And then we were just chilling, playing him some beats, whatever. Like, he wasn't really on the type of timing like to be cooking up and shit. We just chilling and shit. Most of the people I meet for the first time, we just be chilling, bro. Right. It don't ever be about music every time, the first time. But so through some of those songs that we did before I met him, one of his managers at the time reached out to me and they were like, yo, I love this song. Like, we're gonna put it out. Southside loves this song. We want to sign you. I'm like, fuck yeah. Like, this is always, I used to dream about shit like this. You know what I'm saying? So, boom. Just kind of just stuck around since. I was always cool with Sizzle since. And, you know, they sent over the paperwork and it was cool and shit. And just been locked in since. That's like a bigger brother to me. You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, I peeped that you and Southside, I don't know if this was a couple years ago or months. My timeline's fucked. But you was in the studio with Trippie Redd. Was y'all cooking up or was y'all just chilling? Y'all, what was that?
So, oh yeah, I remember that. We was in LA. I want to say, I forgot what studio we was at, but I put up on Southside. He's like, yeah, we got a session. We'll do. I'm like, okay, cool. Pull up. Got there. Started just playing beats. He's like, yeah, bro, just play me some shit. I need you to play some shit. I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm putting together a pack for him. He's like, yeah, I got Trippie Redd coming. I'm like, all right, cool. Trippie Redd ended up coming through. But really, when you link up with Southside, right? And it's another artist in the room, they just want Southside beats.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm just kind of fly on the wall and I'm just watching everything and just watching the process. I think this was like when Pegasus was about to drop or something, his album. So he played us the whole album and he was cool, bro. Trippie's a real solid person. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't know what to expect when I was about to meet Trippie, but super solid dude.
Okay.
100%.
And so one of the songs that I remember that you worked on that I personally remember was Future and Gucci Bucket Hat. We was in Orlando when we heard that shit. So how did that come together?
Man, crazy story. So, and some of the producers gonna listen to this and be like, bruh. But it just goes to show, like, you just gotta believe in yourself sometimes. So back in the day, this is really what started for me. Like how I went about this is what started it all. Right. So I reached out to this artist, Guap Tarantino. Shout out Guap. One of the first artists to ever show me love. He dropped a project with Nav.
Okay.
All produced by ATL Jacob called One Night. And I used to be a huge Nav fan, right? Still am. He's an amazing artist. And I listened to the album, I'm like, yo, this bitch is so hard. I had to reach out to Guap. And I was like, hey, bro, because he wasn't like too big at the time, and I had a better chance reaching out to him than anybody else and getting a response, right? So I'm like, you know what? Hey, bro, I got $500 for you to just hit play on my email for the beats that I'm about to send you. If you don't like them, that's cool. You don't got to use them. If you don't want to, that's fine. Just give me your info so I could send these beats to you. It's like, all right, cool, yeah, send it here. Send the money here. Boom, I send the money. And he ended up fucking with them. He ended up using some of them, right? Come to find out, he's Future's cousin, like blood cousin, right? So he was signed under Future at the time. And I guess they were all in the studio. And Zoe Dollar, shout out Zoe. I fuck with Zoe. Like, this is some, like, I got to give it to Zoe. He definitely kind of just put my life in it. He changed my life in a way. He gave me my first placement ever. So through Guap, they was in the studio with Pluto and Zoe. And then Zoe went out his way to DM me. He's like, yo, send me a pack, bro. Your beats are hard. I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. Sent Zoe a pack. He did the Work Too Hard record. That was my first song ever. But in that same pack, I guess he just was in the studio with Future playing beats. And Future was just fucking with all my beats. And he was just like, yo, send me this pack. And then Future was just, Zoe was just like, here's the hard drive. Just take the hard drive. And all my beats were on that hard drive. So then he ended up recording Gucci Bucket Hat. But this was back in like, I don't know, this song dropped like 2-3 years after we did it. I never thought it was gonna drop. Right? And I remember they was in the studio. Zoe sent me like a video of them in the studio. Gucci Bucket Hat was playing. I'm like, no way Future is on my beat. Because this is my favorite artist, right? Future's the reason why I even started making music, because through listening to him, that's when I really started paying more attention to his beats, because the beat selection was everything. I'm like, yo, who the fuck is this? This was the first time in my life where I'm like, yo, where are you getting these beats from?
Right.
And then I started thinking about the process of making music, and then that's where I found Metro, Boomin, and Southside, and Sunny Digitals, and I'm like, that's when I started doing my research on how to make beats and FL Studio and shit like that. So when I heard Future on my beat, I'm like, yo, what the fuck? But I'm like, I doubt it's ever really gonna come out. You know what I'm saying? It sounded like a hit, but I'm like, man, I know how this shit goes, right?
Right.
So years down the line, they just preview it. There was this one snippet where he's wearing the Goyard bucket hat.
Yeah, I peeped that.
And then it's just Gucci bucket hat, but he's wearing Goyard. And then I'm like, oh, he got to be dropping this or something. Put Pap Chanel on it. I think he gave the song to Pap Chanel because Pap Chanel dropped it under her. But that was just like a full circle moment for me. What was really a full circle moment for me was the time when I linked up with my boy DY Crazy, another super producer, amazing producer. I linked up with him in Atlanta. I was flying from Miami, coming back to the East Coast, but I was like, yo, you know what? I don't want to just leave here. It was my first time in Miami. It wasn't really a good trip. I'm like, you know what? I barely had no money left. I'm like, you know what? Let me just change my trip let me change my flight to Atlanta. Fuck it. Let me just go to Atlanta real quick before I go back home. And immediately, as soon as I touched down, I texted DY Crazy because I paid him for a collab back in the day. And I still had his number, though. I'm like, yo, you know what? Let me just text, bro. He's the only person I know here. It's like, yeah, meet me over here. So he met me at this little food spot, picked me up. It's like, yeah, we about to go to the studio. We go to the studio. As we're walking in, like the little studio room, I hear my beat playing. Like I could hear the drum pattern. Like I know the beat.
Right.
I'm like, yo, what the fuck? It felt like a dream. Like you would have thought it was a dream. Walking with DI Crazy, he walks in first, I walk in. First person, it's like a table like this, but longer.
Yeah.
And I walk in this way. First person that's sitting right here. Everyone's staring at me, looking at me crazy, because obviously, like, nobody knows me, right?
Right.
They know DY and shit. It's Lil Durk. He's looking at me. You got Doughboy, you got a Big Bank, and then Future. It was Future all the way here at the end. My beat's playing as I walk in, though. That's what I'm saying. And everyone's just looking at me, giving me a crazy stare, like, yo, who the fuck is this guy? DY was like, yo, this one of my producers, Project X, who do? Future was, I kid you not, Future literally looked at me, he's like, Project X, what the fuck? We just did 3 of your beats just now, bro. That's crazy.
That's fucking
wild. He dapped me up first.
And
then everyone's demeanor changed in the room. Everyone's like dapping me up and shit, Lil Durk, this and that. That was a full circle moment for me. That's really like genuinely to this day, one of my favorite artists. Like he's the hardest, like, and he's the reason how I even got into music, man. And it's just like, with that happening, it was just like, oh yeah, I can't never lose. Like, I can't never quit this shit.
Well, speaking of being in Atlanta and shit, I peeped on your YouTube channel, like your last little upload was a vlog in Atlanta with NLE Choppa. Y'all was doing like a show or something like that?
we were shooting the music video for Shot of Flow 7.
Okay, yeah, and you did Shot of Flow 7. You did what's it called? It's Getting Hot, the Come On Freestyle, smoking on them, and We See You with NLE Choppa. Now, did y'all record that all at once, like one studio session? How'd that happen?
Man. Our first studio session was shout out Derek Milano too, one of the biggest songwriters in the world, amazing person, like real good person. Like I can't thank Derek enough because he had a room at APG Studios, it's a label, and he was just, I remember he called me up. He's just like, yo, bro, pull up to the studio, and I pulled up, and he had the studio for like a whole year. So I pulled up within like a span of like a month, right? And I kept pulling up and I kept meeting all these new people that he was working with, producers, engineers, artists, whatever it may be. And I remember Choppa ended up pulling up. It was a session with me, Derek, and Section 8, another amazing producer. And Choppa was there. This is how I initially met Choppa. So obviously, like, they was already in the studio before me, so I'm like, you know what? Let me not just be that kind of person where I'm just like, yo, let me play a beat, this and that. Let me just let him work, right? So Section 8 pulls up a beat, and Choppa's writing to it. Choppa's the kind of artist, he don't just go in and freestyle all the time. He'll sit and take his time and write. You know what I'm saying? And I remember Section was just playing a beat, and he was writing to it, and there was just a big ass piano in the corner of the studio, and I just started playing it over the beat, like just going crazy. And then Choppa's about to record. He's like, yo, I need that. I'm like, yeah. Just record on the beat first. And while you're recording, I'm going to go ahead, put my headphones on, add that onto the beat. Right. And then we'll just swap it after. So he's like, all right, bet. Like, he already kind of liked the way I was thinking. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, bet. We ended up only doing one song that day. Usually when I meet people for the first time, I try to get their phone number. Like, fuck the Instagram. I've had people like, yo, let me get your Instagram, this whoop-de-whoop, and like, they never hit me back and shit. So it's like, you got to ask people for their number. He's like, yeah, I got you. Just don't blow my phone up. I'm like, I got you, bro. I'm going to just send beats. Like, so, okay, cool. Sent him a few beats. He was fucking with it. And then he ended up coming back to LA. And then he hit me up. He's like, yo, I got this producer camp. Right? I got this writing camp that I want you to be a part of. Come through. I'm only be there for 3 days. I'm like, all right, cool. Usually I hate pulling up to like little camps and shit, producing camps and writing camps and shit, because it'd be like 20, 30 producers just trying to like all hop on one beat or like load up beats for whatever artist is for. So I'm like, you know what? But I'm pulling up. It's for Choppa. Right? So I pull up. I'm like there first. Then my boy Superstar Earl walks in. I'm like, oh shit, like we already know each other, like from back in the days and shit. And then another producer walks in, Draco, and then Choppa walks in. It's literally just 3 producers in there the whole time. And then the reason why I love working with Choppa so much is because every time he come in, he kind of just pushed me to the limits. Like he'll walk in with an idea already, like, yo, bro, I was just listening to this on my way here, let's sample this. I need you to make a beat like this. I need you to do this. Like, he don't ever let me play beats like, it has to be from scratch, whatever he's feeling like. I feel like he's done so much music to the point where he's just doing whatever. And like, if it sounds good, it's good. You know what I'm saying? So he'll just come through and just be like, hey, let's do this. You know what I'm saying? So it's been real great. The whole NLE Choppa shit, it's been real great, man. Like you said, I ended up getting like 4 or 5 on his last deluxe and shit. He got some shit dropping soon. I don't know when. But definitely expect a few from me on there. But that's my bro, though. I love working with him, man, because it's just different every time. You never know what he has in his mind. Like when we link up, every session is something different. But the It's Getting Hot record, that was the first record we did when he had me pull up to that camp. And he just walked in. He's like, yo, I want to sample this. We got to sample this. Like, I'm like, all right, cool, load it up. Let's do it. So we got into that, boom. And he just like, dropped it not too long after that, and it just went. That's my biggest record right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's been great. It's been a blessing.
I was looking on your Spotify, and it mentioned how you You worked with Ty Dolla $ign, Wiz Khalifa, Lil Uzi Vert. I haven't listened to any of those songs. I don't even know which ones you're referring to. Like, what songs have you worked with these people?
You know what's funny? Everything you just named is not currently on Spotify right now.
Okay.
The Lil Uzi song, I got a lot of people get it confused, like the whole Project X thing, because the Just Wanna Rock song, they got the little Project X tag.
Yeah.
That ain't me. That's a whole nother completely different producer, right? MC Vert, shout out to him. I guess he got his own little like dance group or whatever called Project X that they've been doing for a while. I couldn't tell you the amount of people that thought that was me. I'm talking about like everyone like, yo, you did this. I remember Marshmello hit me up one time. He's like, bro, me and my boys been saying Project X all day. I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, okay. But the Wiz Khalifa song, it was a song I got through my boy 24 Hours. Shout out to him. That's like a big bro to me. Him and Made in Tokyo, they're brothers. They're my brothers. Like, they're like family to me. So 20, he worked closely with Wiz, so I was just sending 20 beats, and he ended up getting Wiz on one. They ended up dropping a music video on like Super Bowl when Tom Brady was playing on Tampa Bay.
Oh yeah, that was like
that
2
last
years
Super Bowl
ago
that he did. Yeah. So I remember halftime they dropped it. I'm like, 20 texted me. He's like, yo, congrats, bro. I'm like, what you talking about? It's like, take YouTube. Wiz Khalifa 24 Hours just on my beat. I'm like, that's dope.
That's fire.
The Ty Dolla $ign song. Yeah. That was also through 24 Hours. On a project we did. I think it was called like Real Walker 1.5. For some reason it got taken down though.
What the fuck? Why?
Yeah, I don't know. I to this day I don't know. The whole project, I produced the whole project and it got taken down. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like,
was it like a sampling thing or something?
It might have been. I don't know. I never really asked 20 about it. Cause usually the way I work with 20, I'm just like, yo, here, like, let's do it. Like, put it out, whatever. Like, I don't really trip too much on paperwork or anything or what's going on behind the scenes. I'm like, bro, I fuck with you. Like, let's just go crazy. And, but yeah, man, like, as far as those records, like, it's funny though, because none of those songs are on Spotify. Like the Wiz Khalifa song with 20, it's on YouTube as a music video. The song I do have with Lil Uzi, it was a leak. It's called No Hook.
Gotcha.
And it was like Yak Gotti with Lil Uzi, produced by me and my boy D Banks. Shout out D Banks, one of my producers from Mass. I'm really grateful for you having me here. You reached out to me about this, and I'm just like, fuck it, why not? Because after this, I'm about to go on a whole interview run. Like, I'm about to go to Atlanta and go do the producer grind interview with them again, and I'll probably go to like LA, do this like off top shit that they've been doing, where they have like like they have a hat, and it's just like, oh, play a beat that you would play for Kanye. And like, you'll just have to go through your thing and just play a beat and shit like that. So I'm about to go on a whole interview run after this.
Well, my main thing with interviewing you was like, you always trying to do something like bigger than yourself. You always trying to put like other people on.
Man,
and like that's the whole point of this show, is putting people
from out
on.
here. And that's another thing that I've been trying to do with Zero Music Company. It's just, I really just want to fuck with local people. I don't want to keep working with producers from here and here through online, this and that. I just want to keep shit local because it's so much talent out here. I mean, you got people like you trying to do what you're doing, and it's not easy, bro. It's not easy to just come here and be at the studio sitting here sweating, talking to me, and just for the sake of your page.
I think I lost my relationship just come out here, yo.
Bro, like, it just be like, I've been through it. It's been times where I lost friends. It's been times where I lost like a lot of things just for the sake of just for my future. You got to plant seeds, bro, like that. You can't grow trees without planting your seeds and watering them.
Exactly, yo.
Like like you can't just fucking pick up a tree and place it where you want it, bro. It takes time. And one thing I always try to do is just at least help out, what's going on locally. Like it's been multiple times where I'm just like, I've tried helping artists out here. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, you realize like a lot.
And shit.
Yeah, and it's like you realize like some people just aren't up to par with you or just don't have that same work ethic as you or as hungry as you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like whenever I see somebody like you, like because I've seen your content before.
Thank you, bro.
I don't know how I follow you on TikTok, but I've seen you I've seen the clips of you all over Elm Street just talking to people. I'm just like, that's really dope. Like you're gonna get somewhere one day. And it's just like, I remember when I first started just doing my beats and just fucking around and shit. And it's like, even you having your boy here and having kind of just slowly putting your team together.
Of course, that's my day one, bro.
That's what I'm saying, bro. And it's like, I had a lot of day ones that I don't even consider them friends no more because they wasn't able to just keep up with. I've showed a lot of my friends how to make beats. I've bought some of my friends computers just to make beats.
Oh yeah.
And they're not here with me today as far as like just showing up and wanting to work and shit. And it's just like some people might just grow a certain type of animosity because I've made it this far. And it's just like, bro, the whole time I've been trying to show you how to do this, bro. You're supposed to be here with me right now.
Exactly. It's all about the consistency. So many people just ain't consistent type shit. Like, I can't tell you how many like artists we've met that are like more talented than even myself type shit, but they ain't in the studio every single day type shit. A lot of people can't stand outside of their ego.
Yes, 1,000,000%, man. And it's just sometimes you got, I'm not gonna lie, like I wasn't able to do all this shit by my own. I've had the help of a lot of people that I've slept on multiple couches, bro. I've been given multiple chances, bro. You know, it's been times I fucked up. It's been times I embarrassed myself in the studio. Like, we all go through this, you know what I'm saying? But it's just about finding the right people that's just gonna fuck with you for you and believe in you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's gonna take you far, bro. Like, and this is a realization that I've been having up until recently, that like, I've always been the kind of producer to just want to work with everybody. Like, I have a whole whiteboard at my house filled with like 100 artists who I'm connected to in some way. But it's like, I realize like, bro, that's how you stress yourself out, bro. You can't sit here and make beats for 100 different artists, bro. Try to work. You could try. It's good to network and try to connect with people, but it's like, you're not always going to get that same love back. You know what I'm saying? So it's just only focus on the things that you're getting good feedback from. You know what I'm saying? Like, Choppa's been a main one for me. You know what I'm saying? Southside, like, I know a lot of people that I could work with, but it's just, I try to just keep it simple and only work with like 5-10 people at a time. Because that's just that's what's working for me at the moment.
Not even that, it makes a rarity to your product too.
Exactly.
That makes people want it.
That too. So that's really just one thing that I wanted to touch on, man. When you find something good, when you find a situation that's really good for you, just keep focusing on that, bro. Like, just keep working on that. If you find an artist that's really fucking with you and actually loading up your beats and actually replying back to you, keep working with that person, bro. Stop trying to like beg or go out your way and do the most just to try to get this person to fuck with your beats or respond to you. Like, chances are is they're already locked in with the people they feel like they should be locked in with. That's been a big realization for me, because I've always tried to maneuver around the industry like, hey, I want to work with this person. I got to do packs for this person. But it's just, you really just ripping your hairs out and stressing yourself out trying to do that shit. So it's like, you know what? Let me focus on the 10 people that actually fuck with me how I fuck with them and make that work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's huge. That's huge.
Shit, well, I'd like to thank you for the interview, Project X. I fuck with what you do. I wish nothing but success. Drop your socials one more time.
One Project X on Instagram. That's where you could find me. That's my handle. So I really appreciate you, for real, bro. It's just like, bro, I want to see you win, and I want to see you. Hopefully one day I see you as big as like all these other media outlets. You know what I'm saying, man? Like,
and we gonna put more people on too.
Yeah, man. And it's like, whatever you need from me, bro, let me know. I got you, bro. I just want to see people around here win, because it's so many other people like you that are in different angles of being a creative that are actually trying. And it's just like, all you need is that little push. Somebody that's just gonna be like, you know what, here, try this. Let me set you up with this person. Whatever happens, that's all y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's important, bro.
For sure. So y'all need to uplift yourselves. Stay safe.
Thank y'all.